it seems like right now that Xbox is doing something that is just incredibly weird. They have actually blacklisted some of the biggest gaming websites from actually reviewing Starfield. Some of the largest publications, the biggest YouTubers, are flat out being told, no, you don't get to cover the game. It seems like maybe they're afraid of low review scores, and any critical news sites are just being blocked from even playing it before launch. Now, I want to talk about this not for some console war BS, but I guess I've just never seen this before. I've never seen a company so terrified of low review scores that they're actually just getting less people to even talk about it. Let's discuss. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. If this video gets to like 5,000 likes, maybe I'll give away a copy of Starfield, or maybe I'll just give you a subscription to Game Pass, right? I mean, that's what we actually need here. So I actually spotted this first thing when I woke up this morning, and I thought it was very peculiar. Eurogamer and Starfield. Why our review will be late. In it, they essentially just spell out the fact that for whatever reason, they were flat out denied access to the game itself. But don't worry, it's about to get 50 times weirder. Now, before you actually put this in the comments, yes, I am going to be reviewing Starfield myself. I'm a big person. I love actually diving into Bethesda games. I do a lot of reviews. I'm a huge fan of RPGs, so I've been incredibly curious about it, even if those leaks have been bad, but we're going to talk about the leaks here in a minute. But people have actually been talking about the fact that it seems like what they're trying to do is they're trying to get an inflated Metacritic score. Occasionally, if you feel like your game maybe isn't as spectacular and 10 out of 10 as you hope, you hand select the different outlets. We've seen this in the past. It's basically a tactic to make sure that you get, a 90 on Metacritic, even if your game more normally might get like a 78 or something like that. But that's what they managed to do with Halo Infinite. They're sending the review codes to fanboys, but they're blacklisting people like SkillUp. So, yeah, this is crazy. SkillUp, in my opinion, one of the best independent reviewers on the planet. He tweeted this and then deleted it when it started stirring up a lot of negative conversation, but it said, I will not be getting a review code for Starfield from Bethesda. As such, my review will be well after launch. See you then. Obviously, this, I think, is super, it's just so chill. I mean, he's being calm. He's just being like, yep, I'm going to review the game when the review is done. Now, I feel like part of their fear is that Xbox needs this to be the best game ever. I mean, I'm being a little bit silly here just to, be goofy and hyperbolic, but Xbox themselves admits the fact that 2022 had no games. Xbox pretty much didn't do anything all of last year. In fact, they even say here, for the last 2 years, they've just been trying to ship games, and they've kind of been flopping in that regard. This is the beginning of the Xbox Series X generation with Starfield and Forza. They got more stuff coming after that. I don't know what Towerborn is or Ara, but yeah, Hellblade looks great. But look, the head of Xbox is admitting on camera that now the games begin. Starfield doesn't just need to be good, it needs to be big. Now, here's where things get extra crazy in my opinion. So, Digital Foundry is part of Eurogamer. They do all sorts of technical breakdowns, pixel counts, frame rate tracking, stuff like that. They're obviously, in my opinion, the best of the best when it comes to actually seeing the specifications and graphical capabilities of a game. So, Digital Foundry got a code for Starfield, and they work for Eurogamer. They specifically were told they are not allowed to let other parts of Eurogamer play it. They actually said directly, hey, you guys can play it. Don't let any reviewers touch the game. Don't let any reviewers see the game. Don't let any journalists start writing guides. Don't let any journalists actually talk about glitches or gameplay loop or anything like that. This is real. This is from Eurogamer.com. They are actually saying, okay, we want you to do a technical breakdown, but don't actually discuss the game itself. This is insane to me. I've never seen anything even like this. But wait, Let's actually go through a bunch of websites that have additionally been blacklisted. The Guardian is not being allowed. That's kind of baffling. Previously, this lady, Keza McDonald, she worked at Kotaku for years. Bethesda did not like Kotaku. I mean, a bunch of people don't like Kotaku, but they're actually blacklisting anybody who's even mildly been critical of them 10 years ago. Oh yeah, look at this. Edge magazine is also being denied a review code. This is just, it's baffling to me. So, Eurogamer just flat out not getting it. It's so weird to me because we're also getting these leaks that people have been posting a lot. Now, they're getting taken down pretty quick, but I tweeted this out. This tweet actually went pretty viral. But I said, it's very interesting to see how Starfield looks. I'm curious how it's going to review when the Metacritic comes out. The leaked gameplay of empty planets and invisible walls is very different from the trailer footage. I still think it'll average about a Metacritic of an 85. And I stand by that because this guy originally said, I really think that Bethesda should have made it clear before launch that you can't do one interrupted run around a planet. It's actually really weird that they've never mentioned this until it got leaked, and I'm one of the people excited for Starfield. Some of the major leaks that have been coming out, because there have been a lot of them, is that you can land on a planet, you can run around on a planet. 90% of the planets are completely empty. This is math directly from Bethesda. They actually said, hey, you're going to be able to run around, and some stuff's going to have plants and animals and life in cities, but 90% of planets are just barren. They're just rocks out in space. But if you choose to land on them, then you can run around and have some fun. But there's invisible walls that lock you into the map space. You kind of land on this procedurally generated space, you walk around for a bit until you bump into the walls, and then you take off and leave. And I basically was saying, that doesn't sound like a big epic space adventure to me, but maybe it's more fun to play than it is to see someone in a spacesuit just running around on, literally 800 different empty moons. But here's the last one I wanted to look at. A lot of people are beginning to talk about the fact that Todd Howard is a bit of a BSer. I mean, obviously, you can watch the very famous classic song, Sweet Little Lies. Obviously, Todd Howard is kind of known for ridiculous statements. A lot of these videos actually breaking down and combining a lot of his most famous lies over the years. But it is funny that he straight up said that Fallout 3, which is a masterpiece objectively, everybody loves Fallout 3. It is funny that he said 300 endings. It's just that I think that people need to taper down their expectations. 10% of habitable planets, 90% empty, barren planets, saying that you can go anywhere or do anything. I don't think that Starfield is going to be this big revolutionary game. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. People are going to be playing it for a bit, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be like Fallout 4. I think it's going to be remembered exactly the same way that people remember Fallout 4, where you go, hey, that was good, and then we moved on. I have seen some people overly obsessively fixating on Starfield, like positive and negative. Some people acting like this is going to be the game they're going to play for the rest of their lives. That's definitely not going to happen. And then also there have been some weird like Nintendo Switch fanboys and PlayStation fanboys that have just been literally trolling every single positive post about the game. I stand by my fact. I think this game is going to get an 85. It's going to be fine. People are going to enjoy it, and then they're going to move on. But right now, the idea that they're trying to blacklist so many people from even reviewing it, to me, that's kind of a red flag. I am a reviewer. Most of my freaking videos that get me the most subscribers, that get me the most views, stuff like that, are my game reviews. So maybe I'm biased here, but the best games in my personal experience are the ones they let everybody play, where they just throw it out there and say, here's why this is special. Give us a demo. Show us that gameplay. Give out a bunch of review keys. Just really shout from the rooftops how special your game is. And Starfield is definitely not doing that. They're very careful about who is allowed to talk about it, which is just very odd. But what do you guys think about it? Are you excited for Starfield? Do you like the fact that there's going to be a very limited scope of reviewers? If you like Xbox, you're allowed to play the game. If you've ever criticized Xbox, hands off. You're not allowed. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I'm sure this comment section is going to be very calm, very rational, and very, very unbiased. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.